Money management is a critical skill that impacts our quality of life, financial stability, and future security. Yet, despite its importance, many of us fall into traps that lead to unnecessary spending and financial waste. From daily habits like buying expensive coffee to bigger decisions like purchasing brand new cars, there are numerous ways to squander hard-earned money. These seemingly innocuous choices can accumulate over time, leading to significant financial strain and missed opportunities for savings and investment. Understanding these common financial pitfalls is essential to making better choices and securing our financial health. It's easy to justify small expenditures in the moment or to get swept up in the allure of convenience and luxury. However, these habits can collectively have a substantial impact on our overall financial well-being. By recognizing and addressing these behaviors, we can redirect our resources towards more meaningful and sustainable financial goals. In this exploration, we'll delve into 15 particularly dumb ways to spend money, shedding light on how these behaviors can drain our finances and offering insights into smarter spending habits. From the allure of daily indulgences and the seduction of trendy gadgets to the false security of extended warranties and the deceptive thrill of gambling, we'll examine how these choices undermine our financial stability. By understanding the long-term consequences of these spending habits, we can learn to make more informed decisions that align with our financial aspirations. Whether it's the small daily expenditures that add up or the larger, more significant purchases that create a financial burden, identifying these pitfalls is the first step towards better money management. Through this discussion, we aim to empower you with the knowledge and strategies to avoid these common traps, helping you to achieve greater financial freedom and peace of mind. Point number 1. Imagine this: every morning you stand in line at your favorite coffee shop, the smell of freshly brewed coffee filling the air, the anticipation of that first sip making you feel more awake already. You hand over $5, maybe more, for a latte or cappuccino. It feels like a small price to pay for the comfort and energy it brings you. But here's the thing: while it might seem like a harmless daily ritual, the financial impact of this habit is anything but small. Let's do the math. $5 a day for your coffee fix. That's $35 a week, $150 a month, and $1,800 a year. Over the course of 5 years, that's $9,000 spent on coffee alone. Think about that $9,000 for something you could easily make at home for a fraction of the cost. With that amount of money, you could take a dream vacation, buy a new computer, pay off a chunk of debt, or significantly boost your savings. Yet, it slips away in small, seemingly inconsequential increments. This daily expenditure is a perfect example of the concept of opportunity cost. By choosing to spend money on expensive coffee, you're forgoing other financial opportunities. That $5 might not seem like much, but when considered over time, it represents a significant lost opportunity. It's money that could be invested in stocks or put into a savings account, growing and compounding, contributing to your financial security. Moreover, the habit of buying coffee every day reinforces a pattern of convenience over frugality. It's easy to justify spending on small comforts, but these small comforts add up quickly. This mindset can spill over into other areas of your life, leading to more frequent, unnecessary expenditures. Suddenly, it's not just the coffee, it's lunch out every day, frequent dining at restaurants, and impulsive purchases that seem minor but collectively undermine your financial health. Let's not forget the hidden costs either. The time spent waiting in line, the environmental impact of disposable cups and plastic lids, the sugar and calories in those fancy coffee drinks, all these factors contribute to the true cost of your daily coffee habit. By making your coffee at home, you save money, time, and you can control exactly what goes into your cup. Investing in a good coffee maker and some quality beans might seem like a larger upfront cost, but it pays off quickly. For the price of a month's worth of coffee shop visits, you can set yourself up to make delicious coffee at home. You can experiment with different brewing methods, tailor your drinks to your taste, and even enjoy the ritual of making coffee in the comfort of your own kitchen. Not only does this save you money, but it also gives you a greater appreciation for your daily cup of joe. So, next time you're tempted by the convenience and allure of your local coffee shop, remember the bigger picture. Think about the cumulative cost of this daily habit and what else you could achieve with that money. It's not just about the coffee, it's about making mindful choices that align with your financial goals and values. By breaking the cycle of daily coffee shop visits, you're taking a small but significant step towards better money management and financial well-being. Point number 2. Gambling is often seen as a thrilling pastime, a chance to win big and change one's fortune overnight. The bright lights of casinos, the adrenaline rush of placing a bet, and the excitement of the unknown all create a seductive environment that lures people in. However, beneath this veneer of glamour and excitement lies a harsh financial reality. Gambling, in all its forms, is a remarkably dumb way to spend your money. Let's break it down. The fundamental principle of gambling is based on odds that are stacked against you. Casinos and bookmakers are not in the business of losing money. They employ sophisticated mathematical models and algorithms to ensure that the house always wins in the long run. This means that while you might experience occasional wins, the statistical likelihood is that you will lose more than you gain over time. It's a rigged game where the outcome is almost always in favor of the house. The allure of gambling is often fueled by the stories of big winners, those rare individuals who hit the jackpot. These stories are sensationalized, creating a false sense of hope and possibility. What is seldom highlighted are the countless individuals who lose their savings, fall into debt, or even ruin their lives because of gambling. These stories of loss are far more common but less glamorous, and they underscore the true cost of gambling. Moreover, gambling exploits human psychology in ways that make it particularly insidious. The concept of near misses, where you almost win, triggers the same brain response as an actual win, encouraging you to keep playing. The intermittent reinforcement of occasional wins keeps you hooked, much like the way a slot machine pays out just enough to keep you coming back. It's a psychological trap designed to keep you spending money, chasing a high that is engineered to be elusive. Financially, the impact of gambling can be devastating. What starts as a harmless flutter can quickly escalate into a habit and then into an addiction. People find themselves dipping into their savings, maxing out credit cards, or even taking out loans to fund their gambling. The debts pile up, and the financial stress can become overwhelming. In extreme cases, gambling addiction can lead to job loss, bankruptcy, and the breakdown of personal relationships. Additionally, the social costs of gambling are significant. Problem gambling doesn't just affect the gambler, it affects families, friends, and communities. The financial strain can lead to arguments, mistrust, and domestic problems. Children of problem gamblers often suffer from emotional and financial instability. The broader community bears the cost through increased demand for social services, mental health support, and financial assistance programs. Beyond the immediate financial losses, gambling also represents an opportunity cost. The money spent on gambling could be invested in more productive ways. It could go towards savings, paying off debt, investing in education or personal development, or even simple pleasures that provide more reliable satisfaction. Instead, it's funneled into an industry designed to take as much from you as possible while giving as little back in return. In conclusion, gambling is a remarkably foolish way to spend money. It preys on the illusion of easy wealth and exploits psychological vulnerabilities. The odds are overwhelmingly against you, and the financial and social consequences can be dire. Rather than gambling your hard-earned money away, consider more constructive ways to use your resources. Invest in your future, your education, or your family. Save for a rainy day. Find joy in activities that don't carry the risk of financial ruin. Gambling offers a fleeting thrill, but often leaves a lasting impact, a high cost for a low return. Point number 3. I still remember the first time I was offered an extended warranty at the checkout counter. I had just bought a new laptop, and the cashier earnestly suggested adding a 3-year protection plan for $100 extra. It seemed like a prudent decision at the moment. After all, I wanted to protect my new investment. But as time has passed, I've come to realize that buying extended warranties is often a dumb way to spend money. Think about it, an extended warranty is essentially a bet against the likelihood of a product malfunctioning after the manufacturer's warranty has expired but before the extended period ends. The retailer is betting that your product won't break down, while you're betting that it will. The odds, unsurprisingly, are heavily in the retailer's favor. They wouldn't offer these warranties if they weren't making a substantial profit from them. The cost of repairs they actually pay out is far less than the revenue they earn from selling these plans. Moreover, most products are designed to last well beyond their warranty period. Advances in manufacturing and quality control mean that items are generally more reliable than ever before. The likelihood of a brand new laptop, television, or refrigerator failing in the first few years of its life is relatively low. This reliability makes the need for an extended warranty almost moot. Most malfunctions that do occur happen either early on, covered by the manufacturer's warranty, or much later, when it might make more sense to replace the item anyway. Consider the psychology behind the purchase. When we're about to spend a significant amount of money, we naturally want to protect that investment. The idea of a sudden, unexpected repair bill is daunting. Retailers capitalize on this fear, presenting the extended warranty as a safety net. But in reality, this safety net is often unnecessary and costly. It plays on our anxieties, convincing us to spend more money for peace of mind that, statistically speaking, we don't actually need. Let's not forget about the fine print. Extended warranties often come with a host of exclusions and conditions that can make claiming repairs more complicated than expected. You might find that certain types of damage aren't covered, or that you have to jump through numerous hoops to get the service you need. In some cases, the cost of repair might not even exceed the price of the warranty itself, rendering the whole exercise pointless. Financially, those extra dollars spent on warranties could be put to much better use. Instead of buying an extended warranty, consider setting up an emergency fund for repairs or replacements. This fund can cover unexpected costs for any item, not just the one you bought the warranty for. Over time, this approach will likely save you money, as you won't be paying out for multiple warranties on various products, most of which you'll never need to use. In conclusion, buying extended warranties is generally a poor financial decision. It's a strategy rooted more in emotional reassurance than in practical need. By succumbing to the lure of these warranties, we're essentially throwing money away, feeding into a cycle of unnecessary expenditure. The next time you're at the checkout and faced with the option to purchase an extended warranty, think twice. Consider the reliability of modern products, the statistics behind their failure rates, and the potential savings of opting out. You'll likely find that your money is better kept in your pocket than in the hands of the retailer. Point number 4. Signing up for a gym membership always starts with the best of intentions. You envision yourself working out regularly, getting fit, and transforming your lifestyle. The gym seems like the perfect place to achieve these goals with its array of equipment, classes, and facilities. So you eagerly sign on the dotted line, committing to a monthly fee that promises access to all of these resources. But as the weeks turn into months, that initial burst of motivation begins to wane. Life gets busy. Work, family, social commitments all start to compete for your time and energy. The gym visits become less frequent, and before you know it, the only exercise you're getting is the mental gymnastics of justifying the expense. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that paying for a gym membership is a commitment to your health. But in reality, the money you're shelling out each month is for access, not results. The gym doesn't care if you show up or not. Their profit comes from the steady stream of memberships, many of which go unused. It's a classic example of the sunk cost fallacy. You continue paying because you've already invested so much, even though you're not getting any value in return. This is why unused gym memberships are one of the dumbest ways to spend your money. Think about it. A typical gym membership can cost anywhere from $20 to $100 a month, depending on the amenities and location. That's up to $1,200 a year just for the possibility of working out. If you're not using the gym regularly, that money is essentially wasted. You're paying for a service you're not using, and it's not just the membership fee. There's also the cost of gym clothes, sneakers, and other accessories you might have purchased in your initial wave of enthusiasm. All these expenses add up, making the financial burden even heavier. Moreover, the guilt associated with not using the gym can weigh on you mentally. Every time you see that charge on your bank statement, it's a reminder of your unfulfilled commitment. This guilt can spiral, leading to stress and a negative self-image. It's a psychological trap as much as it is a financial one. Instead of feeling motivated to go to the gym, you might feel overwhelmed and discouraged, further reducing the likelihood that you'll actually use the membership. But what if you took a different approach? Instead of locking yourself into a costly gym membership, you could explore alternative ways to stay active that don't involve a monthly fee. Home workouts, running, biking, or even joining a local sports league can provide the same health benefits without the financial strain. There are countless free or low-cost resources available online, from workout videos to fitness apps, that can guide you through effective exercise routines at no extra cost. Investing in a few pieces of home workout equipment, like dumbbells or resistance bands, can be a one-time expense that pays off in the long run. Furthermore, consider the social aspect. Maybe the gym isn't the right environment for you. Many people thrive in community-based activities or outdoor exercises that feel less like a chore and more like a fun part of their routine. Finding an activity you genuinely enjoy increases the likelihood that you'll stick with it, making your investment of time, and if applicable, money much more worthwhile. In essence, the folly of unused gym memberships lies in the mismatch between intention and reality. The initial excitement often gives way to neglect, turning a potentially beneficial investment into a financial drain. By recognizing this pattern and exploring more sustainable and enjoyable ways to stay active, you can save money and improve your well-being simultaneously. So before signing up for that next gym membership, take a moment to reflect on your true needs and habits. Your wallet and your peace of mind will thank you. Point number 5. There's an undeniable allure to luxury brands. The sleek designs, the promise of superior quality, the status symbol that comes with owning something deemed exclusive, it's easy to get swept up in the prestige of high-end names. But when it comes to everyday items, opting for luxury brands is often a misguided and financially draining choice. Consider the practicality and functionality of the items we're discussing: toasters, kitchen knives, basic clothing, and household goods. These are products that serve simple, everyday purposes, yet the premium price tag attached to their luxury counterparts does little more than inflate our egos and drain our wallets. Take a luxury toaster, for example. It might be beautifully designed, perhaps even crafted from high-end materials, and it will undoubtedly look impressive on your kitchen counter. But does it toast your bread significantly better than a reliable, well-reviewed, mid-range toaster? More often than not, the answer is no. The primary function of a toaster is to evenly brown slices of bread, and spending hundreds of dollars on one from a luxury brand doesn't dramatically improve that core functionality. Yet, many of us are willing to pay this premium for the sake of a name or a perceived boost in status. The same logic applies to other everyday items like kitchen knives. A knife from a reputable but reasonably priced brand will be sharp, durable, and serve you well for years with proper care. But a luxury knife, costing several times more, often provides only marginal improvements in performance, if any. The extra money spent is not for a vastly superior product, but for the prestige that comes with the brand name. When it comes to clothing, the temptation to buy luxury brands is even greater, driven by the desire to project a certain image or keep up with social standards. A plain white t-shirt from a luxury brand can cost hundreds of dollars, while a similar shirt from a more affordable brand provides the same comfort and appearance at a fraction of the cost. The reality is, the premium price tag is often paying for the logo stitched on the fabric rather than any significant difference in quality or durability. Let's not forget household goods, like bedding or towels. Luxury brands will sell you on the idea of superior comfort and quality, but the truth is that there are plenty of mid-range brands that offer exceptional comfort and longevity without the exorbitant prices. When you strip away the branding, the actual product difference is often minimal. Spending on luxury brands for everyday items is a classic example of prioritizing image over substance. It's an expenditure that doesn't align with practical financial sense. Instead of putting that extra money towards savings, investments, or experiences that truly enrich our lives, we end up funding a facade. This kind of spending caters to short-term satisfaction and social appearances rather than long-term financial health and personal fulfillment. Moreover, this spending behavior can create a distorted sense of value. We begin to equate worth with cost, believing that higher prices inherently mean better products, which isn't always true. This mindset can lead us into a cycle of excessive consumption and financial strain, constantly chasing the next luxury item to maintain an image that ultimately holds little real value. In conclusion, while there is a place for luxury in life, using luxury brands for everyday items is often a poor financial decision. It's a superficial way to spend money that brings little return on investment. By focusing on practical, high-quality, but reasonably priced alternatives, we can achieve the same functionality and often the same satisfaction without the hefty price tags. Redirecting that extra expenditure towards more meaningful financial goals can lead to a healthier, more secure, and ultimately more satisfying life. Point no. 6. Frequent dining out. Frequent dining out can be one of the most deceptive drains on your finances. It starts innocuously enough at dinner with friends, a quick meal on the go, or a celebratory outing, but over time, those restaurant bills add up faster than you might realize. Think about it, every meal eaten out comes with a price tag that includes not just the cost of the food, but also service charges, taxes, and often a tip. What seems like a convenient treat can quickly become a financial burden. For example, a dinner for two at a mid-range restaurant can easily cost $50 or more. Multiply that by just 2 dinners a week, and you're looking at over $400 a month spent on dining out alone. It's not just the immediate cost that's concerning. Dining out frequently also discourages healthier eating habits. Restaurant meals tend to be higher in calories, sodium, and fats compared to home-cooked meals. So not only are you spending more money, but you may also be compromising your health in the process. Moreover, the allure of dining out often extends beyond just meals. It's about the experience, the ambiance, the convenience, the social aspect. We rationalize it as a well-deserved break from cooking or a chance to socialize, but the financial impact can be substantial. Consider the opportunity cost as well. The money spent on dining out could be put towards savings, paying off debt, or investing in experiences that provide longer-lasting satisfaction. Imagine what you could do with an extra few $100s each month: take a vacation, build an emergency fund, or invest in your future. Breaking the habit of frequent dining out requires a shift in mindset and behavior. Planning meals ahead, cooking at home, and setting a budget for dining out can all help regain control over your finances. It's about making conscious choices that align with your financial goals and priorities. In summary, while dining out can be enjoyable and convenient, doing so frequently without considering the financial implications is a surefire way to waste money. By understanding the true cost of dining out and making intentional choices about when and where to eat out, you can make significant strides towards better financial health and overall well-being. Point number 7: impulse purchases. They're the sneaky little spending decisions that seem harmless in the moment but can wreak havoc on your finances over time. It starts innocently enough: you stroll through a store or browse online, and suddenly you spot something that catches your eye. Maybe it's a flashy gadget, a trendy outfit, or a shiny new kitchen appliance. Whatever it is, you convince yourself that you absolutely need it right now. The thrill of buying something new is intoxicating. It gives you an instant rush of excitement and gratification. But here's the thing: that initial high is often short-lived. Once the novelty wears off, reality sets in. You realize that maybe you didn't really need that item after all, or that it doesn't quite live up to your expectations. And now, you're left with an item that's taking up space in your home and money that's disappeared from your bank account. Impulse purchases are the epitome of emotional spending. They're driven by our desires rather than our needs, and they often happen without much thought or consideration of the long-term consequences. It's like a momentary lapse in judgment that can have lasting financial implications. Think about it: how many times have you bought something on a whim, only to regret it later? Maybe it was that expensive pair of shoes that looked amazing in the store but turned out to be uncomfortable after wearing them once. Or perhaps it was that latest tech gadget that promised to revolutionize your life but ended up gathering dust on a shelf. These purchases add up. What starts as a few dollars here and there can quickly snowball into a significant amount of money over time. It's like a leaky faucet slowly draining your financial resources. And it's not just the immediate cost that hurts. Impulse purchases can also derail your long-term financial goals. That money could have gone towards building an emergency fund, paying off debt, or investing in your future. Instead, it's gone in a fleeting moment of impulse. Advertisers and marketers know exactly how to capitalize on our impulse buying tendencies. They use persuasive tactics, limited-time offers, and the allure of exclusivity to tempt us into making snap decisions. Online shopping platforms make it even easier, with one-click ordering and personalized recommendations that feed into our desires. To avoid falling into the trap of impulse buying, it's crucial to develop awareness and discipline. Pause before making a purchase and ask yourself: do I really need this? Can I afford it without compromising my financial goals? Is there a better use for this money? Setting a budget and sticking to it can also help curb impulsive spending. Give yourself a cooling-off period for major purchases, whether it's a day or a week, to ensure that it's a well-thought-out decision rather than an impulse buy. Ultimately, understanding the impact of impulse purchases on your finances is the first step towards making smarter spending choices. By taking control of your impulses and prioritizing long-term financial health over momentary gratification, you can avoid one of the most common and detrimental ways people waste their hard-earned money. Point no. 8. Buying trendy gadgets. Trendy gadgets. They lure us in with promises of convenience, style, and cutting-edge technology. Each new release seems to outdo its predecessor, boasting features we never knew we needed. It's easy to get caught up in the hype, believing that owning the latest gadget will somehow enhance our lives or elevate our status. But let's face it, the allure of trendy gadgets often blinds us to their true cost, both in terms of money and practicality. How many times have I succumbed to the temptation of upgrading to the newest smartphone, only to find that its incremental improvements offer little real-world benefit over my current model? The excitement fades quickly as I realize I've spent hundreds, sometimes thousands of dollars, on a device that will soon be outdated. And it's not just smartphones. From tablets to smartwatches, from home assistants to gaming consoles, the market inundates us with choices. Each one promises to revolutionize our daily routines or provide entertainment like never before. Yet, the reality is often far less glamorous. Many of these gadgets end up gathering dust after the initial excitement wears off or when a newer, shinier version hits the shelves. Moreover, the rapid pace of technological advancement means that today's cutting-edge gadget is tomorrow's obsolete relic. What once seemed indispensable quickly becomes outdated, relegated to a drawer or sold at a fraction of its original price. The cycle of buying and discarding gadgets perpetuates a culture of consumerism, where we chase the next big thing without fully appreciating or maximizing the value of what we already own. Financially, the habit of chasing trendy gadgets can wreak havoc on our budgets. It's not just the initial purchase price to consider, but also the accessories, subscriptions, and maintenance costs that often accompany these devices. Upgrading frequently means sinking more money into technology that depreciates rapidly, rather than investing in assets that appreciate or contribute to long-term financial stability. Moreover, the environmental impact of our gadget obsession cannot be ignored. The production, packaging, and disposal of electronics contributes significantly to carbon emissions and resource depletion. Buying new gadgets frequently exacerbates this issue, contributing to electronic waste that lingers in landfills or is improperly recycled. So, why do we continue to fall into the trap of buying trendy gadgets? Perhaps it's the allure of novelty, the thrill of owning the latest tech, or the fear of missing out on what others seem to effortlessly enjoy. Yet, as I reflect on my own experiences and those of others, I realize that the true cost of these purchases extends beyond their price tags. In conclusion, while gadgets can certainly enhance our lives when chosen wisely and used purposefully, falling prey to the allure of every new release is a costly habit. It's a lesson in restraint and mindfulness, understanding that true value lies not in owning the latest gadget, but in making deliberate choices that align with our long-term goals and values. By stepping back from the hype and evaluating our priorities, we can reclaim control over our finances and make smarter, more sustainable decisions for ourselves and our planet. Point number 9. Brand new cars. Buying a brand new car is often seen as a symbol of success and status. The allure of that fresh from the factory smell, the latest features, and the knowledge that you're the first owner can be incredibly tempting. However, when you step back and objectively assess the financial implications, buying a brand new car can often be categorized as a dumb way to spend your money. Let's break it down. As soon as you drive a new car off the dealership lot, it immediately loses a significant portion of its value. This phenomenon, known as depreciation, can be shocking. In fact, some cars lose up to 20% or more of their value within the first year alone. Imagine spending $30,000 on a new car, only to find out that it's worth $24,000 or less a year later. That's money down the drain, with little to show for it. Beyond the initial depreciation hit, there are other financial considerations. New cars typically come with higher insurance premiums compared to used vehicles. This is because insurance companies base their rates not just on the vehicle's value but also on the potential cost of repairs or replacement in case of an accident. Then there are the ongoing costs. New cars may come with warranties, but once those warranties expire, any repairs or maintenance costs come out of your pocket. Parts and labor for newer models can be more expensive than for older, more widely available vehicles. Additionally, new cars often require higher-priced premium fuel or specialized maintenance, further adding to the long-term costs. Monthly payments are another factor. While financing options may make new cars seem more affordable in the short term, you're still committing to years of payments. Interest rates can vary, and over the life of the loan, you may end up paying thousands more than the initial sticker price due to interest charges. Moreover, the rapid pace of technological advancement means that today's cutting-edge features quickly become standard in future models. This can lead to your new car feeling outdated sooner than you anticipated, further diminishing its value both monetarily and in terms of satisfaction. From a practical standpoint, buying a slightly used car can offer significant savings. A gently used vehicle that's just a few years old can often be purchased for a fraction of the cost of a new one. It may still have some warranty left, and the initial depreciation hit has already been absorbed by the first owner. You get a reliable vehicle that serves your needs without the hefty financial sacrifice of buying new. Ultimately, while the appeal of a brand new car is understandable, the financial implications make it a less than optimal choice for many people. By considering alternatives like certified pre-owned vehicles or even well-maintained used cars, you can make a smarter financial decision that leaves you with more money in your pocket for other priorities, whether that's saving for a home, investing in your future, or simply enjoying peace of mind without the burden of excessive car payments. Point number 10, paying interest of credit card. Paying interest on credit cards is one of the most insidious and dumb ways to spend your money. Let me break it down for you. Imagine you make a purchase using your credit card. It seems harmless at first, maybe it's a small indulgence or a necessary expense, but then the end of the month rolls around, and instead of paying off the balance in full, you only make the minimum payment. That's where the trouble begins. Imagine you make a purchase using your credit card. It seems harmless at first, maybe it's a small indulgence or a necessary expense, but then the end of the month rolls around, and instead of paying off the balance in full, you only make the minimum payment. That's where the trouble begins. Credit card companies charge exorbitant interest rates on unpaid balances. These rates often range from 15% to 25% or even higher. That means for every dollar you carry over from one month to the next, you're paying an additional 15 to 25 cents just for the privilege of borrowing that money. Now let's say you have a balance of $1,000 on your credit card with an interest rate of 20% APR annual percentage rate. If you only make the minimum payment each month, which is usually around 2 to 3% of the balance, it can take you years to pay off that debt. During that time, you're not just paying back the original $1,000, you're also shelling out hundreds or even thousands of dollars in interest. Paying interest on credit cards is like throwing money into a black hole. It's a drain on your finances, eating away at your hard-earned income month after month. Instead of using that money to invest in your future or enjoy life's experiences, you're lining the pockets of credit card companies. What's worse, the more debt you carry, the more interest you accumulate. It becomes a vicious cycle that can spiral out of control if left unchecked. Many people find themselves trapped in a cycle of debt, struggling to make ends meet because they're constantly paying off high-interest credit card balances. There are smarter ways to manage your money. Paying off your credit card balance in full each month avoids interest charges altogether. If you can't pay it off all at once, prioritizing paying down high-interest debt aggressively can save you a significant amount of money in the long run. It's crucial to understand that credit cards are a tool, not free money. Using them irresponsibly by carrying balances and paying interest is one of the dumbest financial moves you can make. It erodes your financial stability, limits your options, and ultimately keeps you from achieving your long-term financial goals. You know, it used to be that having a cable subscription was a mark of modern living, a sign that you had access to entertainment and information at your fingertips. But as time has passed and technology has advanced, the landscape of how we consume media has changed dramatically. Yet, despite these changes, many of us still cling to outdated and overpriced cable packages and even pay hefty sums for multiple OTT platform memberships. It's time we rethink these expenses. Firstly, let's talk about cable packages. They often lure you in with promises of hundreds of channels and a variety of content. Yet, in reality, how many of those channels do you actually watch? Most of us have a handful of favorite channels or shows, and the rest of the lineup goes largely ignored. You end up paying for a package that includes everything under the sun, but only utilize a fraction of what you're paying for. Not to mention, the cost of cable subscriptions has steadily risen over the years, often far outpacing inflation rates. What used to be a reasonable expense has turned into a significant monthly bill that could easily cover other necessities or even be invested towards future savings. Plus, the contracts and fine print can be downright oppressive, locking you into long-term commitments with penalties for early termination. And then there are the OT platforms Netflix, Hulu, Disney, Amazon Prime, and the list goes on. Each service offers its own catalog of content, and it's tempting to subscribe to multiple platforms to ensure you have access to all the latest shows and movies. However, these subscriptions can quickly add up. What starts as a reasonable monthly fee for one platform becomes exorbitant when you start subscribing to several. Suddenly, you're paying just as much, if not more, than you were for cable, except now it's spread across different services. Sure, the convenience of streaming is undeniable. You can watch what you want when you want, without being tied to a broadcast schedule. But do you really need access to every platform out there? Are you truly maximizing your subscriptions, or are some of them just sitting idle? Moreover, the appeal of binge watching can lead to hours spent in front of the screen, often at the expense of other activities that could be more productive or fulfilling. It's easy to get sucked into the endless scroll of recommendations and lose track of time and money. When you step back and look at the bigger picture, both cable packages and OT subscriptions represent a significant chunk of your discretionary spending. Money that could be put towards building an emergency fund, saving for a vacation, or investing in your future. So what's the alternative? Consider a more a la carte approach to your media consumption. Evaluate which channels or shows you truly can't live without and explore more cost-effective ways to access them, such as through streaming services that offer individual channel subscriptions, or by cutting the cord altogether and opting for digital antennas or internet-based TV services. Ultimately, it's about being intentional with your spending and aligning your expenses with your values and priorities. Don't let outdated habits or the allure of convenience dictate where your hard-earned money goes. Take control of your media consumption, and your finances. Your future self will thank you for it. Point number 12: buying followers on social media. Buying followers on social media is one of the most deceptive and ultimately futile ways to spend your money. It's a shortcut that promises instant popularity and influence, but in reality, it delivers hollow metrics and potentially damages your credibility. Imagine this: you decide to boost your follower count overnight. You find a service promising thousands of followers for a relatively small fee. Excitedly, you make the purchase, and within days, your follower count skyrockets. Suddenly, your profile looks more impressive at a glance. You may even fool some into thinking you have a substantial following. However, these followers are not real people who are genuinely interested in your content or what you have to offer. They are often bots or inactive accounts created solely for the purpose of boosting numbers. They don't engage with your posts, they don't share your content, and they certainly don't contribute to building a genuine community or audience. The allure of a high follower count can be tempting. It might make you feel more credible or influential, especially in the eyes of those who judge success by superficial metrics. Yet, this facade quickly crumbles under scrutiny. Savvy followers and brands can easily detect inflated numbers versus genuine engagement. They may question your authenticity and credibility, leading to a loss of trust and potential opportunities. Moreover, buying followers goes against the very essence of social media, which is about connecting with real people and building meaningful relationships. It's about creating valuable content that resonates with your audience and fosters genuine interaction. By purchasing followers, you undermine these principles and reduce social media to a numbers game devoid of substance. Financially, buying followers is a poor investment. The money spent on fake followers could be allocated to genuine marketing efforts or improving your content quality. It's a short-sighted approach that provides no long-term benefits. In fact, it could harm your reputation and hinder organic growth in the future. In the end, building a strong and engaged following takes time, effort, and authenticity. It's about nurturing relationships, providing value, and earning trust. Buying followers may offer a fleeting sense of validation, but it's ultimately a hollow and counterproductive tactic. It's a dumb way to spend your money because it doesn't contribute to your long-term goals or genuine success. Instead, invest in strategies that foster real connections and meaningful engagement. That's where the true value of social media lies. Point number 13: buying fast fashion. Buying fast fashion may seem like a harmless way to keep up with the latest trends without breaking the bank. After all, who doesn't love snagging a cute top for less than the cost of a meal? But beneath the surface, the true cost of fast fashion is far from cheap. Firstly, let's talk about quality. Fast fashion items are typically made with cheaper materials and manufactured quickly to meet rapid trends. This means that while you might score a trendy piece for a bargain, it's likely to fall apart after just a few wears or washes. Ever had a shirt shrink or lose its shape after one laundry cycle? That's fast fashion for you. Ultimately, you end up spending more money in the long run replacing these items than if you had invested in higher quality, longer-lasting pieces. Beyond quality, there's a darker side to fast fashion: its impact on the environment and human rights. The fashion industry is one of the largest polluters globally, contributing to water pollution, chemical waste, and carbon emissions. Fast fashion exacerbates these issues by encouraging a rapid turnover of clothing, where trends change weekly and last season's styles are swiftly discarded. The race to produce cheap garments also leads to unethical labor practices, with workers often exploited in low-wage, unsafe conditions. Think about the true cost of that $10 dress. How many resources were depleted to make it? How many hours of labor went into its production, often by underpaid workers in precarious conditions? And what happens to it after you're done wearing it a few times? Fast fashion perpetuates a cycle of overconsumption and waste that is simply unsustainable. Moreover, there's the psychological impact of constantly chasing trends. Fast fashion feeds into a culture of instant gratification and disposability, where clothing is treated as disposable commodities rather than valued possessions. This mindset not only strains our wallets but also contributes to a mindset where consumption is prioritized over sustainability and thoughtful purchasing. As consumers, we have the power to change this narrative. By opting for quality over quantity, supporting ethical and sustainable brands, and embracing a more minimalist approach to our wardrobes, we can make a positive impact. Investing in timeless pieces that are well-made and responsibly sourced not only saves money in the long run, but also aligns with values of sustainability and ethical consumption. In conclusion, buying into fast fashion is more than just a frivolous spending habit, it's a choice with far-reaching consequences. By understanding the true cost of fast fashion and making informed choices about where and how we spend our money, we can contribute to a more sustainable and equitable future for both ourselves and the planet. Point number 14, buying high-end beauty products. Buying high-end beauty products can seem like a shortcut to flawless skin or glamorous looks. The promise of luxury packaging, celebrity endorsements, and miraculous claims can be incredibly tempting. After all, who doesn't want to invest in their appearance and feel confident? But let's peel back the layers of this seemingly attractive proposition. High-end beauty products often come with exorbitant price tags that far exceed their actual production costs. Much of what we pay for is not necessarily superior ingredients or groundbreaking technology, but rather clever marketing and branding. Take a serum, for example. You might find yourself shelling out hundreds of dollars for a tiny bottle, seduced by promises of age-defying results. Yet, when you examine the ingredients closely, you might find that similar, if not identical, active ingredients can be found in more affordable products. The truth is, the beauty industry thrives on our insecurities and desires. We're led to believe that by spending more, we're investing in our appearance and self-worth. But in reality, expensive doesn't always mean better. Many high-end brands spend a significant portion of their budget on advertising and packaging rather than on research and development to substantiate their claims. Moreover, our skin and hair care needs vary widely from person to person. What works wonders for a celebrity or influencer may not necessarily deliver the same results for you. It's often through trial and error that we find what truly works for our unique skin type, and this doesn't always necessitate breaking the bank. Beyond the financial aspect, there's also the ethical and environmental impact to consider. Many luxury beauty brands engage in practices that may not align with our values, such as animal testing or unsustainable sourcing of ingredients. By supporting these brands, we inadvertently contribute to practices that harm animals and the environment. In essence, buying high-end beauty products can be a dubious investment. While there's certainly value in taking care of ourselves and feeling good about our appearance, it's crucial to approach beauty purchases with a discerning eye. We can achieve similar results with well-researched, affordable alternatives that are kinder to our wallets and the planet. Ultimately, true beauty is not defined by the price tag on our skincare or makeup products. It's about feeling confident in our own skin, making informed choices that align with our values, and prioritizing long-term health and sustainability over fleeting trends and marketing gimmicks. So the next time you're tempted to splurge on a high-end beauty product, consider whether it's truly worth the cost or if there's a smarter, more responsible way to achieve the same results. Point number 15. Buying lottery tickets is often seen as a tantalizing opportunity to turn a small investment into a life-changing windfall. The allure of winning millions overnight is powerful and taps into our deepest fantasies of escaping financial struggles or achieving instant wealth. However, the reality is starkly different from the dream. Let's break it down. The odds of winning the lottery jackpot are astronomically low, often in the range of millions to 1. For example, the odds of winning the Powerball jackpot in the US are approximately 1 in 292 million. To put this in perspective, you have a higher chance of being struck by lightning multiple times or becoming a movie star than winning the lottery. Despite these staggering odds, millions of people continue to pour their hard-earned money into lottery tickets every week, hoping against hope that their numbers will come up. What makes buying lottery tickets a dumb way to spend money isn't just the infinitesimal chance of winning, but also the financial implications of habitual ticket purchasing. The money spent on lottery tickets could instead be directed towards more practical and beneficial uses, such as savings, investments, paying off debt, or even just enjoying experiences that provide more tangible satisfaction and value. Consider this: if you spend $20 a week on lottery tickets, that adds up to over $1,000 a year. Over a decade, that's $10,000 gone with little to show for it. Imagine what that money could have done if invested wisely or used to improve your quality of life in more meaningful ways. Whether it's funding your education, starting a small business, or simply building a nest egg for the future, these are real possibilities that lottery spending often overlooks. Moreover, the allure of the jackpot can be psychologically damaging. It perpetuates the belief in quick fixes and reinforces the misconception that financial security can come effortlessly. This mentality can lead to risky financial behavior, such as neglecting savings or accumulating debt in pursuit of the next big win. There's also a social cost to consider. Lottery tickets disproportionately target low-income individuals who see it as a potential ticket out of poverty. State lotteries, in particular, often market themselves as a form of public benefit, with proceeds purportedly going towards education or other social programs. However, this masks the regressive nature of lottery spending, where those who can least afford it end up spending a larger percentage of their income on tickets. In conclusion, while buying lottery tickets may seem harmless or even fun in the short term, it represents a significant missed opportunity for financial stability and responsible money management. It promotes unrealistic expectations, drains financial resources over time, and perpetuates a cycle of dependency on chance rather than proactive financial planning. By reframing our approach to money and focusing on sustainable wealth-building strategies, we can avoid the allure of quick fixes and instead cultivate a more secure and fulfilling financial future. In reflecting on these 15 dumb ways to spend money, it's clear that each represents a departure from sound financial principles and a missed opportunity for more responsible choices. Whether it's the daily indulgence in expensive coffee, the allure of gambling for a big win, or the unnecessary purchase of extended warranties, each decision chips away at our financial well-being in its own way. Indulging in luxury brands for everyday items or constantly dining out might provide temporary satisfaction, but they often lead to long-term financial strain. Similarly, the impulse to purchase trendy gadgets or brand-new cars can quickly depreciate in value, leaving us questioning the wisdom of our spending habits. Credit card interest, buying fake followers on social media, or sticking with overpriced cable packages all illustrate how easily we can fall into patterns of wasteful spending. Fast fashion and high-end beauty products, while appealing, often lead to a cycle of constant consumption without lasting satisfaction. Perhaps most strikingly, buying lottery tickets epitomizes the allure of chance over prudence. While the dream of winning big captivates our imaginations, the reality is that the odds are overwhelmingly against us. Yet, despite these odds, many of us continue to invest in these tickets, hoping for a miracle that rarely materializes. Each of these habits, however small they may seem individually, collectively erodes our financial stability and prevents us from achieving our long-term goals. They divert resources away from savings, investments, and meaningful experiences that could enrich our lives in more sustainable ways. By recognizing these pitfalls and adopting more mindful spending habits, we can take control of our finances and make choices that align with our values and aspirations. It's about prioritizing financial health and future security over short-term gratification, ensuring that every dollar spent contributes positively to our overall well-being. In conclusion, understanding these 15 dumb ways to spend money serves as a crucial step towards financial literacy and empowerment. It's not just about avoiding frivolous expenditures, but about cultivating a mindset of thoughtful consumption and responsible money management. By doing so, we can build a more secure and fulfilling financial future for ourselves and our families,